I hype me up, I gas me up, I hype me up, I gas me up, I hype me up, I gas me up. Take up space, sis. Got my room with this. Take up space, sis. I got my room with this. I'm a trip for this.
Hello. So today has been a day. I have been trying to go live all day. And I have had issue after issue. My daughter was sick this morning. Just everything. So hello to everybody. Of course, we have my live was going to be about Destiny and Republican Crockett. I mean, not Republican, Representative Crockett. But as you all know, we have breaking news with the Diddy and Cassie assault. I know that most of you have seen it by now. I am at a loss for words. It was very traumatizing to look at. I will not be sharing the clips just because it was a lot. It was triggering and it was a lot to watch. And I just don't want to watch it again. It's all over social media. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you'll have every opportunity to see it, you know, at some other time. But I am going to bring up this that I just saw from Gossip of the City. Give me just 1 second. Let me share my screen. And it says, woman who claims she was friends with Kim Porter, made serious allegations against Diddy amid newly released hotel surveillance footage depicting Diddy physically assaulting his ex-girlfriend Cassie, praying for all his victims. She says, this Diddy thing is not a surprise, but it makes me remember the horrible way he treated my friend Kim Porter and how I've silently held him responsible for her young death. She says Diddy was a MFer. Y'all would not even begin to believe the way he treated Kim Porter. And ironically, Cassie back then allowed herself to be used to disrespect Kim in her own home. Cassie let herself be flaunted in Kim's face. Laughed at Diddy beating Kim was awful. I feel bad for Cassie getting beat up like that, but I remember when Cassie allowed herself to be used racially against Kim Porter as Diddy humiliated, beat, and repent Kim for years. Y'all have always hated me for talking real about these men, but they deserve it. And this lady's name is Ryder Cola Booth. She says, what y'all saw in the video of Diddy beating Cassie was nothing. We'll never forget the time he tried to make Kim Porter lick Cassie's tampon, always using Kim's race as a put down. You guys don't know the half of what women go through with famous and powerful men, but they be the rappers, be they Bin Laden, be they actors, y'all have no idea, and y'all always demonize the women, always. So yeah, I know I screwed up on reading that a little bit, but yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot. Hey Lala, how are you? That was extremely hard to watch, Lala. To watch what Cassie, that was a lot. He stumped her, drug her. It was a lot. It was just a whole lot to watch. So again, I won't be sharing that footage because that's triggering. I'm a DV survivor. So I can't watch that footage. Diddy has been making a lot of statements that he's coming back, truth will prevail. Um, he's just been doing a whole campaign of, I think he was winning against Lil Rod in their lawsuit. If you realize Lil Rod has scrubbed his social media, and I think he's deleted his social media. I think Diddy was gaining some traction there in that lawsuit. So he started to post on social media more. He was posting with his kids recently on vacation. And just to have CNN drop that video today of him abusing Cassie in a hotel publicly, looks like it was daytime, to chase her down. He literally chased her down and assaulted her. So it was a lot for me to digest, a lot to watch. I don't want to stay on this topic too long because it's heavy, it's really heavy for me. Um, yeah, I think Cassie deserves if she got $30 million or 50, whatever the amount that she got, she deserves it plus more. Um, yeah, it's just a lot with the Diddy situation. And for this lady to come forth and write this about what Kim Porter had to endure at the hands of Diddy, especially with colorism, it's insane. For him being a black man born to a black woman, is just insane. Abuse in itself is insane. So, justice for all DB victims, and may God deliver those that are still in situations. Sending up a prayer. Yeah, it's heavy for me. Again, I'm a DV survivor, so that does take me to a place. Even though I feel like I'm healed from a lot of things, and I've moved forward, it's still seeing a video like that released to the public is still very hard for me to watch. Um, so my initial video was going to be about destiny. I did want to touch on Diddy, just to bring that forth because that's breaking news. Again, it's a lot for me, so I'm going to move on to Destiny, Miss Destiny Payton, and all that she has going on. Um, and Destiny has a lot going on, and I don't even know if I want to, with everything that Diddy has going on and everything that has been going on in the media. I, I guess I'll segue just for the sake that I've had this live scheduled all day and I've rescheduled it 1,000 times. But I don't even want to go in on Destiny for real anymore. Hey, Linda Gamble, how are you? Hope you're having a beautiful day. I don't even want to go in on Destiny as I would have. Um, and not that I really want to go in on Destiny because I do. Um, Although I'm not a Destiny Payton fan, I do realize that she is a mother and she has a son that she definitely has to get it together for, regardless of how my opinion of her as a person. Um, I don't have, I don't wish that on her son to, I think children deserve the best parts of their parents. I think children deserve healed parents and going to jail back and forth. She's not sitting in there, she's being released, but just to have this plastered everywhere has to be humiliating, and has to be an eye-opener for Destiny. As we all know, she has let's see, she lost and needs to fix it up. Exactly, Destiny is very, what I can say about Destiny, I do not see her, I don't see Destiny wanting to do better. I don't see her in her day-to-day life, in her interviews, the fact that she came back on this show in a toxic way. I don't see her pursuing better for herself. And that in itself is where the problem lies. I see her, you know, everybody wants to be famous, but at what cost do you want to gain fame? Is it worth the money? Is it worth the embarrassment? Is it worth the toxicity, um, just to be on the show? She has a son that she should value above all. And Destiny she's stuck in victim mode. Destiny is stuck in victim mode, and I really want to see her come out of it. I want to see her come out of it. I want to see her admit some things. I know that she had some childhood traumas, and I can't give a person a limit on when to fix their traumas, but I do want to see them start to work on healing themselves. And Destiny seems to have a lot of healing that needs to take place. I don't know. People are saying this charge is related to the initial charge that she received from Liberic. And I just feel like Lala said, wake up. No one owes you nothing in this life. Stop playing the victim of exactly. Exactly. And I feel like Destiny has to realize that she's a grown woman. You can't continue to hold people. You can't continue to always want somebody to do something for you that you're not willing to do for yourself. And I seen her last interview. I saw a clip of her last interview just before she was arrested hours earlier, and she was still kind of taking shots at Liberic, still kind of insinuating some things. And I just think that is, yeah, I think the same thing for Martell. I think they're on the same type of paths to self-destruction. They blame everything on everybody else. They don't have any accountability, and sometimes it does take a serious wake-up call, like jail. This is Destiny's second arrest in just a few months, to realize that it's not a game out here, and accountability goes a long way. And I don't see Destiny having an accountability and trying to do better and be better in her life. And if she does, and if for nothing else, if she doesn't do anything else, she needs to do it for her son, for law. I wanted to play.
Not spoiling everything, but Dr. Heavenly, Destiny and Sonny have a one-on-one. Destiny and the X-Man have a one-on-one. And it's like nothing you've seen on TV. Because this is the thing. I think a lot of us, when it came to Quad and Sweet Tea, I think a lot of us really were looking towards having or seeing a one-on-one, right? I think everybody was like, we want to see the one-on-one with Sweet Tea and Quad, right? But we didn't get that, and obviously you guys followed the reality and did a good job at it. On Love and Match Huntsville, you're going to see Destiny confront her ex-man, and you're going to see Destiny confront her producer. And also, I want to tell you this. Kimmy and Tisha also confront the former producer, and they have a problem with how can we trust these female producers around our husbands?
So I just wanted to play that clip of Carlos King looking like a pimp named Slickback, thinking it's funny to set these type of scenarios up. And he has a cast. The show really needs to take a break. The show is detrimental to, it's just detrimental at this point. So I just played that clip to show you all how Carlos gets down and how he thinks that this is what people actually come to see. His whole cast needs to be revamped. The show can go away for me at this point. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. If you're in support of the show, then I support you, whatever decision you make. But I think that this show is very toxic. I've never seen a cast where the entire cast, aside from Melody, but where the entire cast, there's a situation with everybody on the cast. And it's like he's pimping, like Winter said, pimping for pennies. You're pimping people for pennies. You're allowing toxic relationships to form on your cast. The whole cast, if they're not out getting loans, if they're not out scheming and scamming, you have DV, you have, just a whole toxic work environment that's geared towards everybody going after each other, and then a whole cast going after one woman. I think he needs to get away from the mess, pause this show, stop this show or something. Either if he's not going to turn it around, then just be done with it, because it's really, it's at rock bottom at this point. It's at rock bottom. I don't see it getting any better. You have 2 cast members that are facing criminal charges. One has already been convicted. One looks like she's headed to conviction. So it just like it's time for the show. The Scotts are getting loans after loans to keep up this celebrity lifestyle. You have a cast member in a lawsuit with content creators that has now included the network. I think it's time to, you know, I don't know. It may be time to say goodbye to LAMH. It's a lot going on, and it doesn't seem like the head even wants to get it corrected, wants to get this behavior corrected. So yeah, that's where I am with that. I'm not going to stay on long. Like I said, it was very triggering watching just watching the whole setup with the Diddy situation. Um and then transitioning into the toxicity of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Um, I think that we have to be careful on what we consume. A lot of this consumption can be a lot. Um, and so I think I'm not just going to consume a lot of this. I think I'm going to go about my day, have a great day. Again, I'm praying for anybody. Thank you for joining me, Lala. I so appreciate, I love you to pieces. I think that you have a great voice out here, a beautiful spirit. I can tell you have an amazing spirit. And so I thank you for joining my live. Yeah, it's just a lot. I initially got on here. I wanted to talk about, the situation in Congress and, Black women, um, white privilege and Black women. But I will do that maybe tomorrow. I don't know. That just shifted my mood watching that video. I didn't want to cancel another live for today. Hey, FMC. Hey, sis. Yeah, I just came on really quickly to talk about, I initially wanted to talk about, hey, Carmen. I initially wanted to talk about Diddy and not Diddy. I wanted to talk about Destiny Payton and the toxic work environment over at OWN. And I wanted to talk about, Congress with Representative Crockett and Mrs. Green. And I wanted to talk about just some hot topics. And then the Diddy video came out. And I just thought it was a lot for me. Again, I've told you I put it on my page before. And I'm usually not triggered. I'm usually not triggered by DV because I've been through extensive therapy, but I do just seeing that video. I'm just praying for Cassie that it doesn't trigger her. I'm just praying for other victims. And yeah, it changed my mood a bit. It changed my mood, and I don't feel like I don't really, I kind of just want to enjoy my day and don't want it to be so heavy. And like I said, I think it's very important that we watch our consumption on certain things. And so I'm going to, take a mental health note and know that this may not be something that I want to just talk about today, but we'll be back at it tomorrow. I'll schedule something tomorrow. I hope that you ladies can join. As always, y'all know I love y'all to pieces. Thank you, Alpha MC, for coming in. Lala, love you to pieces. Thank you for coming in. Carmen, as always, thank you for coming in. And anybody else that may be out here and, hasn't said anything. Thank y'all for joining me. Yes, the visuals, and they didn't, I was so shocked that they didn't kind of like put some, an emoji up or something. But to, to watch that was, I'm really at a loss for words. I don't know. I'm about to get off because I'm getting teary-eyed even thinking about it. Just thinking about women that still have to go through that. That was awful. And, I want these hotels and places like this to be accountable too for footage that you hold for whatever reason. If somebody is paying you, I think people have to have a morality check. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm going to jump off. Yes, I'm going to relax. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day, kind of watch some things to, I love to watch videos about manifestations or just positivity. I think that's what I'm going to watch for the rest of the day, or read a book. Find me a nice book to read, just to kind of take some of the heaviness off that I feel at this time. So I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. I'm okay. It's just a lot to watch, and I decided that I don't want to go in depth on talking on it, but I will catch y'all tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, because I know Queen Sheba does. I said what I said Saturday, and I'm usually in there, and then the rest of the day, if there's a Malcolm X festival that I want to join, so if I have time tomorrow, I'll jump on. But thank you, ladies, for joining me. Love y'all to pieces. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.
Her props, not spoiling